Welcome back, watch fans. We have shocking news in the world of communism. That's right, the Zohran Mamdani from Uganda. That's right, the guy's from Uganda. He is now the mayor of, or he's going to be the mayor of New York. He was elected. Now, I have some fascinating insights. Now today is actually, we're not even going to talk about the politics, but we're talking about what does Mamdani have to do with watches. We're talking about fonts. That's right, we're talking about fonts and why they're important. Now, you know, I'm very particular about fonts. I know, like, Patek has had good and bad fonts in some of their watches, and you know, a lot of collectors are very particular. They want to have like a certain type of font, whether it's a serif, sans serif. Now, if you don't know what that means, you Google it. That's right, you Google it. Now, again, we're bringing you here high production as always on this channel. You got, what do we got? Some sort of racing going on. I got a whole team of videographers here. Look at this. We got a whole cinematography crew just for you guys taking these videos here. We got Bernardo Bertolucci directing, but we're going to talk about the fonts. Back to the fonts, because what does this have to do with Mamdani and fonts? I find it actually interesting. You know, wow, look at this. Holy shit. I have to say, this is actually impressive. Oh my God. Wow, that's actually impressive. Okay. We get a lot of distractions here in Bukyakistan. By the way, so back to Mamdani. So this guy, this Bukyak, comes from Uganda. Now, we actually have one of our good friends is from Uganda. His name is actually... We're talking about Rani Mamdani. I like it when there's two guys racing. Not Okay, so our good friend Rani Mamdani is from Uganda. He lives in Uganda. He's actually still there. I think he's related to this Zohran. Now, Rani Mamdani is a big watch collector and big Patek guy. He's into vintage stuff, and he appreciates fonts. Now let's talk about the fonts. If you look at the Mamdani, look at this. This is just crazy. I mean, you know what I like about this. I do have to say, what I like about this is that literally every minute they got a whole new couple of guys coming out, or they got a new show. It's very fast moving. This is not like watching baseball. You know, you watch baseball and it takes like forever. But here, like every 30 seconds, they got a new car coming out, and they do whatever it is that they're doing. Okay, we're talking about fonts, and if you look at the Mamdani font at his campaign, you Google it. That's right. You Google the Zohran. I tell you why, because I'm a big student of marketing and psychology. What I find very interesting is he leaned into heavy. If you remember Obama, the other guy from Uganda. Remember Obama, Barack Hussein Obama, from Kenya. From Kenya, that's right. The guy actually was born in Kenya. This is fact. I mean, come on, Trump. Listen, Trump was right about everything. We know this, and he was right about the fact that the birth certificate was fake. Okay, the Obama birth certificate is fake. And we got these mobility scooters. How come they're not trying to sell me cocaina like the other guy a few months ago? But what are we talking about here? Yeah. So remember Obama during the campaign with McCain? What I really liked about Obama's campaign was is that he really had good like art directors. He had good, the aesthetics were good. His logo was good. His campaign posters, clean fonts, modern font, and he had that stupid socialist-looking thing. That poster, the Hope poster by Shepard Fairey. By the way, Shepard Fairey is a bukyak and 100% chomo. That guy's a low-life scumbag, and his art is going to become worthless at one point. I mean, it's very bad stuff. It's very commercial trash. And this bukyak, Shepard Fairey, basically copies old, propaganda posters. I mean, it was inspired by so basically communist posters from the Soviet Union in the 20s, 30s, and all that type of shit. Mexican socialist posters, Anyway, so that was what it was. But if you looked at McCain, if you looked at John McCain's campaign was really bad. He had this like lime green, like bad colors, bad fonts. His everything about John McCain was Chomostan. And by the way, let me also tell you, John McCain was a total piece of shit. John McCain is 100% piece of shit. Okay? It's as much as I'm not a fan of Obama, I think actually it might have been best for the country that Obama was the president. I mean, you think about it, how bad that is for McCain, that guy was a low-life piece of shit. I mean, anyway, but the McCain fonts were horrible. His logo was horrible. Obama was very clean. Had that whole communist, socialist thing. I remember when I saw those posters, I was living in Chomostan, aka San Francisco at that time of the election, and I remember every bukyak had an Obama poster in the window, like literally everywhere. That's why I moved. I was so disgusted because, it gave me flashbacks from, growing up in the Soviet Union. You see these, these types of posters, this propaganda stuff. Unbelievable, but true. So what are we talking about? We're talking about, we're going to get to the fonts. We're going to get to Patek in a second. That's why I moved from Chomostan, because everybody, they were all brainwashed. It's an old giant lemming groupthink. And interestingly, I didn't see any posters for Kamala. I did not see any Kamala posters in Chomostan last year. That's right. There were no posters for Kamala Harris. Wow. Crazy. I don't know what the point. Actually, I don't understand the point of this. Like, is it to like burn rubber, like literally waste tires? It's a very expensive hobby. So we got these tractors from Bukyakistan. By the way, so we're gonna talk about Bukyakistan. So I didn't see any Kamala posters in Chomostan this time around. But anyway, back to Mamdani and back to Rolex and Patek Philippe. What does this have to do? We're going to do the weave. We're coming back to the topic at hand. And then here is why the fonts are important. Now, this Mamdani, this bukyak, I was surprised that he won. I mean, his personality obviously is he's a good con man. Obviously a very good con man. But his campaign posters, you Google his, like the Mamdani, whatever, all his like art direction, really bad. It was all like very, look at he's got that, I guess he leaned into the Chomostan thing. He's got that exotic name. By the way, what is that called? The appropriation. The guy's name is Kwame. His middle name is Kwame. Can you believe that? an Indian guy whose name is Kwame. That's right, his name is Zohran Kwame Mamdani. Now, I never heard of an Indian named Kwame. This is his parents who were basically a bunch of communist scumbags. I mean, I don't know who lets these fucking people in. Seriously, who lets these fucking people in from Uganda who come here? The guy's a professor of colonial studies or something. And Mamdani himself studied I went to school for African studies. That's right. The guy's from Africa, and this is what his degree is in African studies. Unbelievable. I mean, the guy grew up in Africa. What does he need to know about Africa? Anyway, so he's doing the whole thing. So the Kwame is appropriation from the black community. Okay, it's cultural appropriation. Listen, everything about the guy is a total fraud. But what I find fascinating is his poster is like, he's got that exotic, he's got that font, that shitty font. You look at his posters, that Zohran, he's got the big name Zohran, that's giant. Why? I guess he's leaning into the whole, third world Bukyak thing. And here's the crazy thing. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Here we go. So, and the crazy thing is, the New Yorkers, I can't believe the people actually went for it. Now, this was the whole point of, I think this is the best thing we've seen at the show here. This is the absolute best thing at the show. You know what? Forget about the cars. I'm glad I came out here. I'm in a better mood already. Anyway, look, we bring you here high quality content. Make sure to click the thumbs up, subscribe button. But back to the thing. So this guy's got this third world font, exotic shit font, with these weird, garish colors, these orange colors. It looks like his campaign logo, his campaign poster, logo, whatever you call it, the art direction. It looks like something from a hole in the wall kebab restaurant. Okay, his campaign poster. It looks like a sign from a kebab restaurant somewhere in Queens. I mean, this is probably what he got. He got some guy from the neighborhood, where these Bukyakistanis live, to make this shitty campaign poster. And here's the thing. I mean, look, it's very sad that this guy's the communist is now the mayor. I mean, it was a choice between, I hate to say it's a redundant or whatever, lesser of evils. I mean, Cuomo was a piece of shit, really a piece of shit, and his career is over. He deserves what he got. But look what was the choice? But I think Cuomo would have been the better choice. But hey, look, these people, they made their own bed. I feel sad for New York. I mean, look, this guy's going to make it a shithole country, so he feels comfortable. Look at this guy selling coolers. Unbelievable. Look what we got here. This place is turned into a third world country. Anyway, so the Mamdani poster, the fonts were really horrible, and the guy still won. I think because he's got a good con man personality. He's got that smile, the whole thing. It's really, he's kind of I think he's like an Obama on steroids. Actually, he's like an Obama on steroids. This is the dangerous thing, because he's an unbelievable con man. Better than Obama. I mean, because this guy's delivery is actually much better. His delivery is better, and he's still early. The guy's in his career. He's 34 years old. This guy, right? Obama, when he started grifting hard, I think he was already 40. 45. He was in the trenches a while in Chicago with Curly. He was probably at the Man Country bathhouses where this, by the way, this is 100% true. This is not a. That's right, Obama. You Google it, Obama Man Country Bathhouse, Chicago. That's where he got started. That's most of his campaign contributions came from gentlemen's. Some of his, let's just say, good friends. He's had some good friends at the Man Country Bathhouse, and yeah. Anyway, so back to the fonts. So we're talking about why are fonts important. Now, I happen to. I mean, look at this. I mean, can you imagine a grown man on a fucking wheel riding around like that? Anyway, let's talk about fonts. I love this logo. The AP logo I think is amazing. The A, the P, that beautiful logo. Beautiful logo. And they've actually, they started doing some Mamdani. Some of their watches, I think in the 90s, they fooled around these like Mamdani type fonts. You know who else fooled around with Mamdani fonts? Patek. With weird, like, you know, some of their watches had some weird, yeah, they did these. Oh, actually, some of the new Pateks have the Mamdani like engraving. The new like complications, they got those weird engravings. They have very like, you know, third world vibes. They got third world Chomo vibes, Patek. So where we're going with this? So yeah, the fonts are very important. So for example, my issue with Patek today is a lot of their fonts on their dials are horrible. Now here we have, actually, if you notice the numbers, they're not great. The lettering is not great. The fonts are not great on the sub dials. They're not. Who does goods? I'm trying to think who does. You know the best. I think the best. You know, Patek actually did some nice fonts on their early 90s. No, was it the 80s or 90s? On the Nautilus, it had the Euro style font, the nice clean font, nice clean date wheel. The Euro style looks beautiful. And then they screwed it up. They went to like some Chomo font that they got from China or something. I think they got it on Alibaba, like a font kit from Alibaba. But these things make a big difference. Look at this. I mean, I think Obama won. By the way, Obama set the stage for his fellow African. That's right, because if it wasn't for Obama, nobody would have voted for Mamdani. But the reason why Obama won was, I believe, because of his the art direction was superb. You got to give the guy credit, because look, here's the thing you got to realize: the homos, they have good taste, okay, and Obama's definitely a homosexual. He met some guys who had good taste at the Man Country Bathhouse. Now, Mamdani is 100% heterosexual. Well, unless there's something I don't know about. You know, maybe he had some sex with goats or whatever happened there in Uganda, monkeys, whatever he did. But he's I don't think he fools around with gentlemen's. Which is, and he, you know, he has, you know, he's a very left-wing guy, but he has had no access to good quality homosexual art directors, because again, no legitimate gay man would ever make that poster, that Mamdani poster, unless he had bad taste. By the way, there is an epidemic of homosexuals with bad taste. I've never seen it before, really, because I remember, you know, the homosexuals that I've had dealings with, business dealings, all had great taste, right? But now you look at this guy, Pete Buttigieg, whatever, and look at the way this guy dresses. I mean, this guy dresses like shit. He dresses like, I mean, he looks like Alfred E. Newman. His suits don't fit. They're all in bad taste. Everything about the guy is in bad taste. I mean, I can't believe that the guy is gay. I mean, you know, and he's married to a dude. Now, if you look at this guy Scott Besant, who's also married to a guy. You know, he's a conservative. It's weird because, you know, he looks like a straight guy. You know, he looks like one of these southern. You know, a lot of the Southerners are actually all closeted homosexuals. But like Lindsey Graham, probably. Who knows? He's got that look. He's got that Lindsey Graham Southern homo look, right? But he's, you know. His thing is, I think he's got good taste because he's into like decorating houses and flipping houses in the South and all that stuff. So it's very interesting. Anyway, let me know what you think. Leave your nasty and vicious comments below, and we'll see you in the next one.